It's just because you're not there yet, but this is going to be still super helpful for you because you get to actually be included in the conversation of us talking about making $100,000 a month.
Yep.
Like, who wouldn't want to be in the conversation of making six figures a month? That's how to make $100,000 a month for your brand. Nah. I ain't talking about $10,000 a month. We skipping 10. We're going straight to six figures a month. And in this video, you about to learn exactly how to do that. Let's get it. Hey, so first and foremost, the first thing is you got to be set to scale. Like, there's no way you gonna be able to scale if you're not set to scale. One of the first things in setting to scale is knowing how you're going to ship 100,000 orders. So let's just talk about if you got to ship out 1,000 orders to make 100K, or 2,000 orders to make 100K. Like, realistically, like, who's going to do that? Like, if you somebody who got a 9-to-5, or if you somebody who still haven't switched your day-to-day job for your business, like, you have a limited amount of time to actually get this business, to be shipping orders on a daily. So you got to figure out who's going to help you with that process. Or it may be some people that's watching this that may be drop shippers, that may have a fulfillment center. You already set to scale, right? So you don't even have to worry about anything. You just got to worry about how to get more orders. So, like, you got to think about how are you going to get these orders out before you actually get these orders, so your mind can already be on that level of, man, I'm set to scale. I'm set to make $100,000 a month.
I would say in the process of like setting yourself up, realizing that you probably already, doing your brand right now. So you probably already been shipping orders. And the mindset that, I would be having is like when, 1,000 orders, 2,000 orders come, like what's that process that I'm gonna have to set up to be able to get that out if I'm doing it myself. So recommending, always having stuff in the same spot. So you're going to have to organize your merchandise. You're going to have to organize your packaging. You're going to have to like systemize the actual process of what you're doing to make it go faster. Because right now it may just be like you just grab everything and just package the orders. But once you have 1,000 orders, that process would then become ineffective to be able to move at the pace or the fastest pace that you want to. So I would say, start to actually put that system in, organize yourself. Maybe you have a little spot where you're working out of. Start to look at that as your fulfillment station and put things in place so that way, you are, once that opportunity actually happens or presents itself for you, you're able to get those orders out as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I say if any of this is confusing to you, I would say it's just because you're not there yet, but this is going to be still super helpful for you because you get to actually be included in the conversation of us talking about making $100,000 a month.
Yep.
Like, who wouldn't want to be in the conversation of making six figures a month? That's $1 million business a year. So even if you're not understanding this, that's your opportunity to watch this more than one time or to definitely still engage because you're trying to figure these things out.
Yep.
Right? So that moves us into our second point, and that's going to be doing the math. And let me break down what I mean by doing the math. Like, you know the goal is $100,000 a month. So that's the goal, right? But, like, let's break down the goal. Like, what I want you to do is say, what is the average order value for your website? Or what is the average product that you're going to be selling? So if we could just make this super easy, let's just say your average order value, which is AOV, is $100. Meaning, let's just say you got a jogger set on your site.
Yep.
You're selling it for $100. Yep.
Let's
break down how many $100 jogger sets I got to sell to actually make $100,000 a month. If I'm not mistaken, that should be only 1,000 orders.
Yep.
Right? So if I get 1,000 orders at $100, that's $100,000. Right? So with that being said, if we break down 1,000 orders, is an average month, 30 days. We break down 1,000 orders in 30 days, that would be anywhere from between 30 to 40 orders a day.
Yep.
Right? So you have to have clear goals on what you need to be doing to actually get you there. Or some of y'all may have the influence and may have the the ability to create content to create 1,000 orders in a day, right? And that'll be your $100,000 in just one day, right? So you gotta break it down and you gotta understand, if you're selling a $30 product, you gotta sell 3 times as much, as you selling this $100 product. So it's different ways of doing it. It's not always a way where, all right, I gotta sell everything for $20, and be like WRLDINVSN. I gotta sell it low. Nah, you could be somebody that sells something for $200, right? And that's only making it less orders that you have to create to make that 100K, but you do have to put in more work when it comes down to creating content and getting people to see the value of that $200 item. So I would say doing the math is gonna make your job a lot easier because how you gonna reach a goal that you don't even understand what the expectations is? That don't make sense.
Really, from my end, doing the math is just gonna allow you to understand uh, a whole lot more about what you actually doing, and it's gonna put it into plain terms for you. So, in the sense of, let's just go back to if you were selling something for $100, well, now you're gonna be like, well, how many I need to get? Well, then I'm gonna say, what's the average cost per unit that you have? So, if your average set is gonna be $20, then you gonna know now you gotta get 1,000 sets. So then you're gonna do the 1,000 times $20,
Yep.
and now you need to invest 20 bands.
Yep.
So like now okay, I need 20 bands to go out and raise or do pre-orders, whatever it really is, your strategy to generate that money. But it ain't a guess on how many units you need and how much you actually need to make that money. And then for us, we always recommend, on the low end spending 10, on the high end 30. If you want to put it in the middle, 15% on marketing. So now you know that you want to do $100,000. So now if it's 10, 15% on marketing, that's 15,000. So now you spent 20,000 on the merchandise, you got 15,000 on marketing, and that marketing is gonna be photography, Facebook ads, anything that's around getting the product out and expanding it to a larger audience.
Crazy, cause like I was just telling them the other day in the class, I was saying you gotta design your brand as like, and when I say design, I'm meaning like build it. You gotta build your brand as if like you got unlimited money, because if you build your brand to the only the money that you have, you're gonna put yourself in a certain box. But it's free to have goals, and it's free to write down your goals. So exactly what you just said, it's free to go write in the notebook, man, I need $20,000 to get 1,000 sets. It's free to actually write that. But now you actually envisioning yourself like doing this. So
Flipping the pack to that.
exactly. And if you watching this and you like, man, it's like unrealistic. Like it's unreal. It is very practical to like just think your way into just unlimited belief. So like just build your brand as if like you got unlimited money. Not show me what you're gonna do.
Yep.
You gonna feel like you got so much more power, and that's the exact thing that you need to do so you can see yourself actually making $100,000 a month.
I'm gonna come back to my point, but when you growing strategically and with numbers, you may say, and you could be more transparent, like, I'm gonna do this in a year, and now I may break it off into quarters. So now you may say, every quarter I'm gonna flip a pack, of jogger sets. Let's just use that as a sets in a case scenario. And so you may only get, 250 the first time. Then you're gonna flip that to 500. Then you're gonna flip that to 750. Or you're gonna flip the 500 to 1,000, and that's gonna put you there, right? Already. So you can like ease your way once you know this goal that we talking about, of how to reach $100,000. We understand that you just not gonna tomorrow go make $100,000. But now that this path is clear for you, now you could take these numbers and these percentages that we talking about and how we word in it, and you can apply that to your brand. And then you could say, okay, well, what's my path to $100,000? I got this winning product right here. It ain't 100, Marlon, but it's 50. All right, but it only cost me $5. So now you could plug in those same numbers and figure out how many flips you got to make to generate 100 bands with that product. You can even diversify those products. So you could just say, with 50K, we want to do it with this one product that's winning. With another 50K, we want to do it with this other product that's winning. But it's really just breaking down the numbers in the mat and being able to like see it visually. That way you can actually put in a way better plan to accomplish those goals than just like buying merch and just waiting to see how much you got left after.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like we're going into our third point, and before we even, get to the third point, let us know if y'all want us to break this down even more. And if you do want us to break this down more, like what would those questions actually be? So like if you had to ask us any questions about marketing, like what would it be? Right? Yep. And drop that in the chat.
Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel.
Drop it in the comments. Point number 3, and Marlon, I kind of just forced this one, in here today, and I don't know if Marlon gonna agree with this, but Facebook ads, bro. Facebook ads is like one of the easiest ways to acquire customers on your online website, especially if you know how you're gonna ship the order out, especially if you got product.
Efficient ways.
Like if you got product ready to go, like if you got a good idea, if you got a good design, like it's time to let the world actually see this product. And to make $100,000, a month is only, $3,000 to $4,000 a day. And that's not even, if you take 20% and spend that on ads, like that's not even spending $1,000 a day.
Yep.
And you're able to still generate $100,000 a month, for your brand. So I'm what they say in stocks, bullish. I'm bullish on Facebook ads. Like I strongly think that Facebook ads could be the thing to create cash flow for your business every single day. And it allows you to put your business in front of new people all the time without you actually having to do anything. Like all you got to do is push a few buttons, click publish. Guess what? You're going to be able to be set to make you money every single day as you're going throughout your day. What you be doing on your shop? You just go throughout your day, your normal day, taking your meetings, doing what you got to do, but you just refresh that Shopify here and there just make sure that them ads working on days when we not dropping, right?
Yep.
Correct. So, and how much we spending every day so far?
I mean, between 1,000 to 2,000.
And as long as we be at what, you good?
5 to 7,000.
Exactly. So,
and I mean, everybody, the thing I just want you to really just understand is just like paying to play. Like some people in here may have a strategy where they like, we ain't spending no ads, we ain't spending no money on ads,
exactly.
but we gonna put that money into influencers. Are we gonna put that money into promotional press? Are we gonna put that money into NIL deals? Like whatever that really is, that's all we talking about is.
Yeah, and that's still paying to play.
Correct. It's just being able to use your money to leverage someone else's audience, to allow them to see your products, to see your brand, and ultimately convert them to being a buyer, and convert them to, convert your whatever $1 into $3 to $4 to $5 as you continue to invest that dollar, that $2, that $3, that $4, that $5, that $100. But I say on my end as well, like I would just say, I hope that this conversation really just honestly made you feel uncomfortable if you're not doing $100,000 a month. And if you are doing $100,000 a month, really I just want to confirm to you, like, congratulations. Like, because you part of that 1% of people that's, started their brand, probably nobody believed in you. And, now you're doing something that most people aren't able to do. And, we was doing that at a very young age and realizing it and being, grateful
still
to be, still doing it and still, grateful to be in this position. And for my people, once again, that's not doing $100,000, like, I really just want this video to, like, open your eyes, spark your interest, allow you to see that it's possible at the end of the day. We just wanted to be able to break this down because a lot of times we have goals, but we don't know how to get there. And we come on these podcasts to continue to be transparent and clear the smoke. Like, clear the smoke that's in the air for you to ultimately get to your goals inside of your brand and your business faster. So, like, I just want my people, like I said, that's not, reaching these goals and that made it to this part of the video. I just hope and I pray that your mind has literally been expanded and that you ready to go take action because, action takers are money makers. A lot of times you aren't, making the sales that you want with your brand because you're not really giving it your all. And you got to be real with yourself on that. So I hope at the end of this video we lit a fire in somebody's ass and, they either going to get their brand started and they on their way to $100,000 or if you're doing $100,000, it's time for that $1 million month. All right?